In this session, what we will discuss is about food, food materials, and the chemicals that are added to the food material. Of course, we are not going to discuss much about the food except the chemicals, the additives. Now, to know this, first you have to know what is uh, food. Food is something which gives you the energy as well as something which is useful for growth. That is what you call as food. So, carbohydrates, proteins, fat materials, fats or lipids. These are the main components in food. See, they have two functions. One is supply instant energy, and this is one. And two, they build body. So this is the purpose of food. Now, food additives serve none of this purpose. Food additives does not serve any of this purpose. They have entirely different objective, depending on the substance being added. Now, the first food additive is preservatives. Food preservation means marketed food before it reaches the consumer. It should have a definite shelf life, and destroyal of the food or decomposition of the food is due to microbial contamination. That is one reason. Microbial contamination is one of the reasons. So why you need them? The answer is one, microbial contamination. Number two, catalytic decomposition. Catalytic decomposition. Catalytic decomposition of the food material. That is, if there are some metal catalysts in the some trace metals will be there. Metallic ions, which will catalyze the decomposition. And also microbial contamination, which again will destroy, microbe will consume the food and that will destroy the whole stuff. Okay, so this has to be prevented. So what the preservatives do, preservatives will prevent this by, the first method is they inhibit the growth of bacteria. Inhibit the growth of bacteria. Okay, just like antibacterial agents. So you should know this. Number one, that is one thing. Second one, they can by trap the metal ions. So these are the two mechanisms by which these substances will act as preservative. Okay. Now let us look at the commonly used preservatives. Commonly used common preservatives. What are the common preservatives? First one is sugar. You must be wondering how sugar acts as a preservative, even though it is being consumed. Oh yeah, sugar is when it is in a high concentration. Sugar, when it is in a high concentration, it will act as a preservative. Similarly, sodium chloride. NaCl will act as a preservative. Then vinegar will act as a preservative. Vinegar is, you know what is vinegar? Acetic acid, dilute acetic acid. All these things you know. Okay. Now what they do, what do all these things, they will generate a hypertonic atmosphere, a hypertonic solution. What is the meaning of hypertonic solution? Solution having higher concentration so that the microbes, etc., those contaminating organisms, they will be dehydrated by this. Okay, hypertonic means more than the concentration of the ions present in bacteria. So you know, if you have a cell which is separated by a semi-permeable membrane, okay, and you have a solution of high concentration of salt here, a salt solution. Salt solution means concentration of the salt is high here. So water will move from here to here. And that means that this will it will shrink. The bacteria itself will shrink. So that is a role. And that will get destroyed. It will be dehydrated. Okay? And hence bacteria get dehydrated. So that is the action by which it is working. So then other compounds are sodium benzoate. This is very common, which is used in many of the food material. Sodium benzoate. You can get it in shops. If you want to do some cookery job, like making some jam or jelly, something like that. This is very commonly used in jams, jellies, and juice, pickles. Similarly, you have citric acid. Citric acid. Okay. Now here, citric acid is again used in jams, jam, jellies, and pickles. They use both the substances. Now, citric acid, how does it work? Citric acid is having a property of sequestering. It has got, you know, what is the substance, citric acid? CH2COOH. CHCOOH. This is CH2COOH. This is the structure of citric acid. You have, you can see here, there are 6 oxygen atoms with lone pair of electrons. So metal ions will get trapped. Metal ions will get trapped. That is, they will get coordinated here. You know that. With this lone pair of electrons, they can get coordinated. So they form complexes and get removed, get converted, get sequestered. That is the best word. Sequestered. They form complexes and get removed and will be prevented from catalytic decomposition. Okay, sequestered and thus prevented from acting as catalyst in decomposition reactions. In decomposition reactions. So that is the role of citric acid. Okay. Then we have another compound which is potassium metabisulfite. Potassium metabisulfite. You can say potassium metabisulfite. Now metabisulfite, sodium sulfite is Na2, NaHSO3. Okay. You have metabisulfites have got twice a month the formula. Something like what their form is, I don't exactly remember the formula. Sodium potassium metabisulfite should be K2 1H2 is to removed, or something like that. I'm not very sure. I forgot the formula. Okay, you can just check it out. Now, what happens is this is generally used in the case of to stabilize the mango chutney. Stabilize mango chutney. Okay. And the lemon squash. Then the colorless fruits, juice of colorless fruits, like apple. Like apple. So actually what they do is, these formulations will contain some acid. Some amount of acid will be there in these fruits, in juices and all. Okay, weak acid will be present. Okay, so this small amount of potassium metabisulfate will react with the acid. Will react with potassium metabisulfate and produce sulfur dioxide. Okay, and this sulfur dioxide kills the bacteria. So this is how it works. This is how this material works. Okay. So this is the first class of compounds which are known as preservatives. Okay. Now let us look at the second type of food additives, artificial sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners. Okay. Now, artificial sweeteners. The most common sweetener is definitely sucrose. And remember, sucrose is having two functions. One is it gives a sweet taste. Second, it is having a food value. Sucrose is converted into fructose. Fructose will be used for fructose and glucose. They'll be absorbed by the body and will be used for energy purpose. But here, artificial sweeteners does not do the second job. Okay. Artificial sweeteners are used generally 100 to 1,000 times sweeter than sucrose. Depends from compound to compound. For example, you take saccharin, that is the most common artificial sweetener which is used. It is having this structure. I'm not very sure about this structure. Let me see. About the structure. Saccharin is having one nitrogen is there. Yeah, I think this is the, not very sure. Yeah, that should be the structure of saccharin. Okay, yeah, it is made from pyrrolidine, orthotoluene sulfonic acid derivative. Yeah, that's right. But so this is the structural cycle. This part is not there. Okay, so this is the structure of saccharin, and now it's an inert heat stable. It is supposed to be inert, stable to heat. That means during the cooking itself, during the cooking process, it will not get destroyed. Okay, and it is also good for the diabetic patients. Good for diabetic patients. So this is generally used for many food items, very commonly used for many food items like soft drinks, tinned fruits, chewing gum, toothpaste, and many pharmaceutical products. They're using this. Okay, as a now there is one drawback for the saccharin. It has got a bitter aftertaste. Initially they'll be sweet, but once towards the end of you're taking the food, you get a little bit of bitter aftertaste. Now this is masked by a compound known as cyclamate. Okay, compound cyclamate. That is also an artificial sweetener. Cyclamate is having this structure. Look at the structure of it. It is somewhat, some relationship is there. You have the NH group in both the compounds. This sulfur compound, that is an important group. So this is cyclamate. So you add a little amount of this cyclamate so that the aftertaste, the bitter aftertaste can be prevented. Okay. The second compound is aspartame. Aspartame is the second compound, which is 200 times sweeter than sugar. And structurally, it is a dipeptide. It's a dipeptide. In fact, obtained from aspartic acid. Aspartic acid. And yeah, I will draw the structure, that is better. COOH, CH2, CH, NH2, CO, NH. See the peptide linkage. Now you have so this is phenylalanine, COOCH3. COOCH3. Now see here, it's an ester. So it is an ester of phenylalanine. So this part is ester of phenylalanine. Alanine is it's an amino acid. And this part, this much is aspartic acid. So these are the compounds. Now the advantage of this, it is stable. At cooking temperature. It is stable at cooking temperature. Oh, sorry, it is not stable. That is what. Not stable at cooking temperature. Okay, it will lose. I mean, it will lose the sweetness. So you cannot cook the material, right? And also, the stability is maximum stability. Stability is high at 4.3 pH. Okay, about 30 days it will be stable. It will have aspartame will be stable for 30 days at 4.3 pH. Remember, this is the general pH of the soft drinks, 4.3 to 5. Okay, it is very less stable at pH 7. pH 7, it is less stable. Okay, so this is about aspartame. Then we have a few more which we will discuss in our next class. Okay, thank you.